going. I think I did press it, but
Real.
nigga, the shit is pressed. It's pressed.
Real ESPN.
You feel me?
All right. Okay, listen, Stephen I. Listen. All right, listen. My name is Kendrick Perkins. All right, you know what I mean? Listen, Steph Curry. If he ain't had no hands, right, Steph Curry wouldn't be able to do what he do. But LeBron, you can take LeBron hands away, he can still average 22, 9, and 8. Okay?
Yeah. You smart for not impersonating Shannon.
Oh,
smart
no,
move.
no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Heady play. Smart move.
Today is not the day.
I thought about it, but then I'm like, no, I like my women over the age of 20. So we're not doing that.
Man. I don't know what's going on, man. I
can't put a case on that, man.
Yeah, we can't put a case of do on that, dog. You know what I'm saying? He got other cases to worry about. You feel me? Y'all already know how this thing works. When we're late, it's my fault. I'm gonna show you why we were late. Hold on, real quick. Check this out.
Oh, make him say,
This man got a pillow.
What is that a doormat?
No, looks like a pillow.
Huh.
No, I don't think it's a pillow.
That looks like.
Got that from Jeff Hardy?
That looks like a.
I went to the dispensary. I went to the cannabis club, and they gave me a free pillow. A weed pillow. Look at this.
Is that sativa?
This is crazy.
Looks like the thing from Last of Us.
The funny thing was, yeah, dude, huh? That's crazy.
HBO sent you some shit. I was like, yo, y'all moving on up. That's crazy. Good for y'all.
Yeah, man. We couldn't get the you feel me? We couldn't get the SmackDown, you feel me? The WWE. We couldn't get one of those, you feel me? So I got one of these, you feel me? Just in the tuck. Y'all talking about. Yeah, it was crazy because bro was like, you could use this as like a podcast prop or something like that. And I was like, you know what's crazy about that? I got a podcast. So here we go. That's there. It's gonna be it's gonna be a whole thing. I'm gonna get here you go.
I feel
y'all
you.
want to
And
see
by
it?
the way, Cannabis Club. I like the way you said that. I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah. I went to the Cannabis Club, and then that's what I got. You feel me? Goodies. It's a big nug. Yes, Cujo. It is a nug. Man, I feel like I should get another one and just send it to Cuz. You feel me? I gotta send little bro one. Okay, so ladies and gents, salute to y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. This is the Public Enemies Podcast. My name is Oh My God Graham. I'm gonna hit a button here, and hopefully a sound effect is gonna work for you guys and also for me, because sometimes I don't be hearing it, and then I'll be like, "This is not fun." All right, cool. I don't hear it. It's not fun for me. So y'all might hear less sound effects because it's not fun for me.
There we go.
Oh, look! What you?
That was me.
That was great.
Is that not fun anymore either?
He's like, God damn
It's
it.
definitely not that fun anymore.
Less fun.
All right.
Now.
Like,
It's very much so much less fun. All right, I'm gonna hit this button and we're gonna get started because
I told that little bitch, don't you cross the line. She know that she ain't got no kid, but she gon' swallow mine. Keep one up top, I shoot my shot just like it's Columbine. If I say put it on the floor, then that's the bottom line. Yeah, I told that little bitch, don't you cross the line. She know that she ain't got no kid, but she gon' swallow mine. Keep one up top, I shoot my shot just like it's Columbine. If I say put it on the floor, then that's the bottom line. And I'm the number one contender in this bitch, still up in this bitch, trying to stretch the difference. I'm always on some different shit. Ideos meal, Del Rio flow, I'm just switching whips. If everybody got a price, nigga, then you should get a grip. 415s in the trunk, I make it slump, nigga. If I'm not the best in the world, I see him punk, niggas. To be the best, you gotta beat the best, just what come with it. Lie, cheat, and steal for real, just like when Trump did it. I told that little bitch, don't you cross the line. She know that she ain't got no kid, but she gon' swallow mine. Keep one up top, I shoot my shot just like it's Columbine. If I say put it on the floor, then that's the bottom line. Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Makes you wait like. Silence.
Yeah, we got to fix that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that. Cats, snakes, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and twerkers. We present to you another episode of the Public Enemies podcast. My name is Oh My God Graham. I'm here with the forever champ Jizzle. Even though he is not the public enemy number one, I lost it and got it back to this guy, Gresh. You feel me? Welcome, Gresh. How you doing? We'll talk to you guys in a minute. Adrian Hernandez, my guy. What's up, brother? How you feeling?
What's poppin'? It's the only podcast I ever appear on, and rightfully so. I'm glad to be back. I may be the only person left in Las Vegas because I live here. So we trying to recover. Yesterday was the first day in 6 days. I didn't have to go to a wrestling match. I'm exhausted, but we pulling through, and these are good problems to have. So what's poppin'?
Yeah.
6 straight days, dog. Like,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6 straight days.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. My dog was grinding, P. You feel me? What you mean? Every day with it, every way with it. Y'all talk about, make sure y'all stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous, because the boy got the illest interviews in the game. You feel me? All of your faves and your favorites, you feel me? They on the Unlikely playlist on the Unlikely podcast. Make sure you tap in with my guy, man.
No, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I had to make sure I do a couple interviews to tell Vlad TV to stay the fuck out of wrestling. Y'all welcome.
Hey, yo, good looking.
Just for culture.
Thank
just
God.
for culture. But we can proceed.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And before we all the way get the festivities cracked off, you feel me? We want to go ahead and show love and light. You feel me? And a big action rest in peace to Steve Mongo McMichael. You know, talking about we just lost the gentleman. You feel me? I believe this was yesterday at this time of recording, at least. You know, talking about he was 67 years old, if I'm not mistaken. A long battle with ALS. Big action legend, you feel me? Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, you feel me? WCW, Four Horsemen, you feel me? Y'all already know, man. Hey, if not, yeah, man. Rest in peace to Mongo, dog. Rest in peace to Mongo.
Mondo was hilarious.
Yeah.
Mondo spike, but he was just this tombstone nigga that take it and say a word. He didn't say nothing to him. I bet you did. Like, you got it. You like, I know I got it.
I know I do. I
like how a lot of people was trying to talk about his in-ring work, but I'm like, bro, I love it when people who are kind of sloppy because it makes it feel more real than when it's too choreographed. So I liked his weird looking punches. Shit made me laugh every time.
I'm with you on that. You know, there was this conversation that I saw about like Mount Rushmores everywhere, and then of course I knew eventually it was gonna come into the wrestling space, and Complex has created this list of this is their idea of the wrestling Mount Rushmore, and of course racist ass rambling Terry over here, man.
Over there. Thought I did this. That's a beat. I did this one too. Like, see,
who's the ball next to John Cena?
The Rock.
That's supposed to be.
That was the Rock. He kind of cross-eyed a little bit. You feel me? But it's all good.
I thought that was Christopher Daniels.
The Rock.
You know what, Christopher?
That did not look like the Rock at all.
It's okay. The guy that I saw on the Pat McAfee show this week didn't look like The Rock either. I mean, he made it. He made it exponentially clear. He said, just speak, guys. Just reminder, speaking to the fans here, DJ.
Stop it.
All right, we will get to you in a minute, sir. We're gonna put that guy on a burner, you feel me, on the back burner, and let that man chill for a second, dog. But I will say this about your brand new WWE undisputed WWE champion. He has a movie coming out with Idris Elba on the Prime Video joint. It's called Heads of State. John Cena is the U.S. president. Idris Elba is like the prime minister of the U.K. And these two dudes is like, for some reason, Yeah, like why are they like? I don't get it. Why?
What is the jujitsu branch of the Expendables, nigga? Like, what
it seems like it's gonna be a whole just a big mess of bullshit that I'm gonna enjoy watching high. So I believe July 5th is the date. It's in my notes, but my notes are in my phone and I don't feel like grabbing it right now. So with that said, you know what I want to talk to you guys about. And we're gonna go ahead and like start having like actual conversations without Graham just rambling and you know what I'm saying, everybody else like chime in and shit like that. Shout out to Chime. No, you feel me? Shout out to Jacob.
This guy.
I have a bone to pick with Tony Khan.
Oh no, what did he do?
He brought Master P on AEW last night.
Was it fire? Was it fire?
Make him say, oh.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was not fire, but the fact that Master P was on AEW, that's just a win in itself. You feel me? For hip hop, for people that are into the crossover wrestling rap thing. You feel me? Like for me, it was a win. Was it a win for the television show? Absolutely not. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I felt like they gave us script. They gave us a nothing burger episode of AEW Dynamite, and I'm going to treat it as such. However, I'm going to give Master P his flowers because when that boy came out there, it was like, we finna get rowdy about it. I said, yeah, do your motherfucking thing, cuz, you feel me? And then there was like this whole thing where like he got into like this altercation with, well, first of all, he introduced the Opps, which, cool, whatever. He introduced the Opps, and then as they were introducing the Opps, they were trying to get off their whole championship celebration thing with the trios titles that they just got off. There was a whole brawl with the Death Riders and then the EVPs. Then they all got saved by Swerve and Kenny Omega, and it was just this whole amalgamation of all of this.
They felt like they were just having an aura off. Like they were just, it just was just a Roman Reigns entrance back to back. Like Swerve just walking out slow. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And then Kenny Omega, long ass intro.
On the other side. Yeah, man. It's just like, okay, so all of that didn't like give us like the announcement of like a anarchy in the arena or hey, blood and guts is coming up or whatever. But however, we did get the announcement that Samoa Joe has accepted Jon Moxley's challenge and they will face off for the AEW World Championship on May 14th, Dynamite Beach Break in Chicago.
Sponsored by Master P Noodles, Master P Toilet Tissue, Master P Hot Sauce. You think I did this for free? Master P don't do nothing for free. Listen. You can sign my son. You can sign my other son. He want to wrestle now, and he's gonna win.
You gonna sign Hersey?
Little Hercel. We're gonna sign him.
God.
But now overall, Dynamite was fine. Like it was nothing too. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but also it wasn't like something to rave about for me.
Like Adrian, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like I feel like I want to ask you, like, hey, did you even tap in? Or did you just take the day off? Like you took the day off, right?
I didn't watch. I checked. I saw the Master P. I saw him punching Moxley. I was like, that's cool. I saw that they announced the finals, and I did see the punches and whatever, man. I'm with it. Hey, Master P, do your thing, player. Just go in there, do your damn thing. I will say this is what I appreciated, because obviously there was a lot of talk about the AEW promotion and advertising spent throughout the entire strip, from the airport to the little things on top of the taxis to every hotel, which I found hilarious. But leaving NXT on Tuesday night to see that they still had their stuff up everywhere, I'm like, yo, I'm with it. I'm with it 100%. I don't think people remember when Money in the Bank was supposed to be at Allegiant Stadium, but they moved it, and Cody Rhodes was like the Money in the Bank. He was the poster. Like the WWE spent money on the trucks that ride around towns that are just driving LEDs.
I remember that.
LEDs, and they were driving around T-Mobile Arena where Double or Nothing was happening. And so like, yo, it's business and it's petty, and I was with it. So I appreciated Tony Khan spending the extra money and being like, no. We're not finishing on Sunday night. We're not finishing on Monday night. I want that till 2. I don't even know. It might still be on the strip. I haven't been on it because I'm not going there for another 3 months. But when I left NXT's taping, they were still up, and I appreciated that. But yeah, I was tapped out. I'm gonna catch it on Max at some point this weekend. But it seems like I didn't miss much, and that's okay because last week they put on obviously a historic episode for them, so they're allowed to have a little, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Asking him to tap in for 7 days in a row is just a little bit much.
and I'm glad he gave himself the day. You feel me?
And I actually, technically, I still did watch wrestling. I watched the night 1 main event and Jey Uso winning the title with my son. Because I couldn't take my son to WrestleMania. So I wanted to get his reactions. So I still was watching wrestling, and getting to see it on TV was just a different perspective because it was chaos. So I was still watching wrestling of some sort, but I needed to get my son's reaction. So we'll catch AEW this weekend. We got Max. We good. But I couldn't do it.
We good. And they was on Max trying to take it to the max. And speaking of Max. Speaking of Max.
Okay.
This might have been okay. So this was like my second favorite part of the episode because my favorite part of the episode was actually a match. But this part of the actual show was highly entertaining because Maxwell Jacob Friedman is on his quest to join the Hurt Syndicate. And on this quest, he finally gets that second thumbs up from Shelton Benjamin, who reminds him, hey, I'm giving you this thumbs up, but I'm giving you this thumbs up because of MVP, and don't forget it, right? So Max is like, cool, everything is good, copacetic. Shelton, I appreciate you, baby. All good. Lashley, Bob, my guy, thumbs up. You can have this car that I just pulled up with. He like, let me see the keys. You feel me? So he like, let's go take a walk. So boom. Now we're at a point where MJF has MVP's approval. He has Shelton Benjamin's approval. And when he goes to show Bobby Lashley this car, he hands him the keys. Shelton gets in the passenger side. Bobby gets in the driver's side to check out the car a little bit. And then they drive the fuck off. And this motherfucker, Bobby Lashley, as he drives off, gives MJF the thumbs down.
No.
All right. So now that I got my spiel out of the way, MJF joining the Hurt Syndicate, yes or no? No? Yes. All right. So
no, in a good way though. It's like I'm entertained, but at the same time, I don't want where do they go from here? If he do join, like, do they just have him? It's up to them to keep me interested after that. But right now, still a dumb thumbs down because this shit is entertaining.
Every time MJF joins a faction, he turns on him.
Yeah.
Like, I think if I was them, I would just add MJF to the faction just so we can beat his ass. Like, you know what I mean? That'd be pretty fun. Just like, yo, just add him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just add him in and dare him to turn on us. Oh, what?
That's funny because he asked about the initiation phase. He was like, how does this work? Is it just like a but I am of the opinion that regardless of how this goes, whether they continue to string him along and finally, you know what I'm saying, just like, hey, bro, it's not gonna happen, or where they say, hey, bro, you could be in the group. He's gonna flip the script on these niggas regardless.
Yeah, but you might as well let him in. This show just like, just let him in, man. Come on, man. What? Why not, man? Just let him in, man.
I kind of feel like we could have a situation where we get back to MJF and FTR together as the Pinnacle. They've mentioned him like 2-3 times. They've mentioned Pinnacle on Dynamite. I'm sure you guys have seen the clip that's floating around or whatever. But they've mentioned Pinnacle like 2-3 times over the last couple of weeks. Just the word. You feel me? On commentary and shit like that. So with what's happening with MJF and what's happening with FTR right now, by the way, they beat the fuck out of the Rock and Roll Express last night.
You don't say.
You don't say.
There was the 7th-month ass whooping of the Rock and Roll Express. You got to bring them out to get their ass whooped at least once a year.
I would be moved if I cared about the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, you can't. It's been too much. It's been get some other old dudes in. Like he brought it up. It's happened before, so it loses its effect.
Every time they see that number that says Tony Khan, they already know what time it is. Like, damn, blood, is that time again? Hello. Need you, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a possibility that we could see MJF and FTR link back up, but as they're talking about in the chat, the monkey wrench that was thrown in my vision was Stokely Hathaway being the new representation for FTR.
Thank God. Hey, bro, I need something.
Thank God.
I need something, bro. I'm so disinterested in FTR. They can wrestle their ass off. They are amazing wrestlers. They put on great matches. I don't care outside of that. I don't want to hear y'all talk. I don't want to hear nothing. So get my guy out here and be interesting. That's just my opinion. They put on hey, they're one of the best tag teams in the world. I just don't. I ain't got no attachment to them. When they talk, it doesn't make me like I'm not engaged. When they did this whole thing with Cope, I'm not interested. Cope's gonna get back and get his look back. I am interested if Christian, like I want to see that tandem again.
How that works
just
out, right?
From my childhood, right?
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with FTR itself. So you get someone there who's entertaining and crazy and put them in awkward positions, and it might come out, we might get something. It's better. I'm more interested. I'm interested to see how this looks in comparison to not being interested unless they're actually wrestling, and I'll watch the match if that makes sense.
Oh, it does, because that's because of promo. I'll be thinking he need a cough drop. Like the brother be struggling.
Family. he be on that shit, man. Family, baby girl.
Wrestling. Clear your throat, please. God damn.
Mucinex, dog.
Shit.
You FTR.
Bald.
Yeah,
Bald.
Well, yeah, that's funny. The other bald guy on the program lost a match to Mark Briscoe, who's also bald. I wouldn't say Mark Briscoe is bald. He kind of got a one.
He's bald.
He kind of got a one. He'd be like a little. You feel me?
A little.
Man,
This right here.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, y'all talking about, yeah. No, I'm just fucking around. But it looks like we're headed to like a Ricochet and Kevin Knight feud, because Kevin Knight got involved with the Ricochet thing and stopped him from stabbing Mark Briscoe with the scissors.
Damn.
And then, in the best part of the night, this tag match with the Bucks and Kevin Knight and Speedball. Oh, these niggas was hooping. These niggas was shooting. Whatever adjectives you want to use to describe this match cooked.
I just noticed.
Absolutely crazy. Go ahead.
Why the hell are they on the opposite? What? This picture is crazy. Why am I hoisting up my ops right now?
Why are we not electric chairing these motherfuckers? Oh, because they're punching each other. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh?
Yeah. Let me know when you're done. I'm gonna drop around his neck. Like, all right.
Pretty much. That match was hard, bro.
Yeah, that match was like. I don't praise Young Buck matches often because it's the same song or dance every match I've seen. But this one, I'm like, I guess it's probably because I ain't seen the Young Bucks match in probably like a year, because I didn't watch them in Japan.
Well, that's what people were saying though. They were like, "Yo, this is the first time in like a year or 2, 3 years that like, yo, they really showed out." So I'm looking forward to watching that. Of course, Kevin Knight and Speedball Bailey, like they've been on 100 since they've joined, which is dope. So if Kevin Knight is in the program at Ricochet, like, yo, let them go out there and create magic, because that's what they're doing. So good. Give them time. Let them do their thing.
Yes, sir.
It is curious, though, if some of the critiques of Ricochet, obviously being the one who's more experienced, kind of bringing in Kevin to be his first program. That's curious, but they have a lot of faith in Ricochet. So, and I mean, he's on his best run. Like, come on, the dude has been funny as hell, and he can still go. So I'm with it. I'm with it for that. Shout out to Kevin Knight. That dude's a star, and like, I want to give him more time, as much time as possible.
I don't want to lean into rumors or anything, but did Kevin Knight bag Jakara Jackson?
Listen,
Legend
if you did,
like Pee-wee Kirkland. All right.
My brother.
Yeah,
My brother.
I
My
understand.
brother.
I
You know what I'm
understand.
talking about?
Starting to make
Yeah.
That's that New Mexico blood. I understand.
From
Sunday.
Black Girl Magic to Elite Milk. I mean, this main event with Jamie Hayter and Kris Statlander, the semi-finals of the Owen, you feel me? To see who's gonna go to Double or Nothing to face off against Mercedes Moné, who gets to face off against the CEO. You know what I'm talking about, for the cup. And Jamie won that shit. They had a crazy match. I mean, they power game is crazy. Like these two women, like they could go. I was interested to see like how this match was gonna turn out. Like because Statlander and Mercedes already had two bangers, but now I want to see what Jamie Hayter and Mercedes is gonna do. You feel me? And that's hard to me. I do have a issue. I do have a little bit of an issue with this booking because I mean, for me, it's a foregone conclusion at this point now that Mercedes is going to All In to face off against Toni Storm, because what sense does it make for Jamie Hayter to defeat Mercedes in this tournament final and then face the other champion?
She didn't get that's the belt that she didn't lose, that she had to give up. The one that's Toni Storm.
That's true. Right? Very true. That is
all
true.
They gotta do is just tell us that during the build up.
Right.
That's all you have to. All they have to do is tell us. Just say, hey, you have that belt, but I don't want that belt. I want that one because I never lost it. Like I never lost it the right way, and then that's a story they can go with.
No, you're right. I just don't think that
it's not.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
Get the belt off of her because the women's roster is doing their thing, and give two other people the shot at the TBS title to put on the show at All In. Obviously, it makes the stakes higher, right? Yeah. If they have that. But the women been showing out in both companies, by the way. So we can get into the WrestleMania card and what could have happened and what should have happened and what did happen. And so, like, I understand they're trying to make this a big deal, and they're going to make Mercedes the belt collector. That's the only one that she doesn't have, and you just said it. And the only reason she doesn't have that one is because of whatever. But you guys are making all valid points, like it's a foregone conclusion, right?
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Makes sense. Put it that way. Like there's no wrong outcome for this.
Yes, there is.
I just want to see Mercedes versus Athena, bro. Like I didn't get enough I didn't get enough when they had their Owen Cup match. I didn't get enough. You feel me? And I feel like this Mercedes and Jamie Hayter match is gonna be dope. But I want like a blood feud. I wouldn't say maybe like a blood feud, but I want like a serious grudge feud between Mercedes and Athena. I want them to carry some shit, like, you know what I mean, and cook for like the summer or throughout.
Facts. No, you're right. Who's better? I'm the best. You the best. Let's see.
I mean, Athena they could initiate it with Athena costing her the match, and Mercedes been like, you the reason why I lost for the first time. And in a way, if they want to, they can have Mercedes cost Athena her title. Because it's so
many. Dishonor is before, because the next pay-per-view is for ROH is before.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because they just had some rescheduling, and we can get to that. Supercard of Honor was scheduled for May, but it has been now moved back to July. I believe it was actually going to be in Atlantic City, and now it's going to be in Arlington on All In weekend. So I do like that they've paired it with All In now, because I just feel like that gives it a better chance to, you feel me, get them tickets off. And then when it comes to Death Before Dishonor, that has been announced for Friday, September 5th in Philadelphia. So now that leads the question, CJ, I'm going to ask you, does this looks like to me that AEW is finally moving All Out away from Chicago if they're doing Labor Day weekend, Death Before Dishonor in Philly? Does that sound right to you?
No, I mean, they would. Yeah. If they go to Philly, then they can make Philly their new Chicago, so they can get the the Chicago made out their mouth. But I mean, damn man, like I want them niggas just to use Ring of Honor. Like, can you just use them? Like that Mercedes shit was just Mercedes and Athena were just like, just do something with them, blood. Like, just do something with them, please.
If they move if they're moving things out of Chicago, then I mean they moved Double or Nothing from Phoenix or from Vegas to Phoenix, so it means they're expanding for better or worse. I know I'm pissed off, but I understand it. And people were like, "Yeah, we need to move out of Vegas," but it is good to see them go to different places because that's what they need to do. So
yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. And speaking of going to different places, a couple of notes here in regards to the announcement that WWE has made for upcoming events. Los Angeles, the Intuit Dome is going to host Money in the Bank this year, June 7th, the same day that they're going to run the Kia Forum with an NXT and AAA show, Worlds Collide. So for those of you that are interested in more information about WWE's acquisition of AAA, I'd say tap in with Lucha Blog. And there's a really good podcast episode post wrestling that Brandon Thurston did yesterday with John Pollock. It was a good episode. So I would check that out to get more information on that. I'm not savvy enough. Last thing here before we break into another big conversation deep dive here is Survivor Series announced for San Diego, Saturday, November 29th at Petco Park. So for those of you that are fucking around with the Survivor Series and y'all want to see War Games, that might be your best bet. San Diego this year. Who knows what that's going to look like by the time that rolls around. Now,
I think they need a break.
Yeah, you know what? You know who also needed a break this week? You know who needed a break? The guy that's on CJ's shirt, the guy that does the eyebrows, this guy, The Rock, needed a break. He said, yo, I can't do WrestleMania, bro. I'm tired, bro. There's too much going on out here in these streets, bro. I got Moana reshoots going. I got, you feel me? I'm trying to get the promo right for this, you feel me? The Smashing Machine movie. Me and Leo is kicking it with young chicks, you feel me? Like Shannon. Anyway, so
oh man. They love that Tierra Mata, dog.
Exactly. So as we all know at this point, The Rock didn't show up to WrestleMania, and he didn't get involved with the John Cena and Cody Rhodes main event. Travis Scott did, but the final boss was absent. I do have a clip here. Let me go ahead and grab that, and we're just gonna run a quick clip here about it's like a minute and a half. It's The Rock on Pat McAfee, basically explaining away his absence. Where's that at? Here we go.
To Elimination Chamber, we were kicking ideas around, myself and Triple H, and that's the fun part, by the way. I've been kicking ideas around with Triple H for 20 years, dude. Just always having a great time with him and Nick and my team as well. And Triple H said, you know, what about this? What about John turning? I said, I love it. I love it. The next question is you got to talk to John, see how he feels about it. I knew then the best thing for the final boss, we've established this idea of Cody's soul. We can always come back to it. I did feel, and I made the call, I don't want to be involved in that. Step back. Let the final boss step back into the shadows. Let all the spotlight go to John. Let it go to Cody. I was just as surprised to see Travis Scott as well, and I knew the moment I saw Travis, well, that immediately amplifies, well, here comes the final boss. And so again,
yes,
I love.
yes,
I mean, they were waiting.
Yeah, I think I texted you. I think I texted you as it was happening. Holy
you did.
shit!
You were like, "Are you coming out?" And I was like, "No, dude. I would tell you if I'm coming out. I'm not kayfabing you." But again, I loved at the end of the day, North Star, John Cena, heel champion, 17, the GOAT, says he's going to ruin wrestling. Now we tune every week in every week to see how it happens, how that goes down. Some parts of it I would have just adjust a little bit more. I would have finessed it a little bit more.
So that is The Rock on Pat McAfee, kind of giving his, his explanation of sorts. Now, Gresh, I'm going to ask you a question, and then Adrian, I'm going to ask you to jump in here. And I'm just going to ask you a simple question, Gresh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe The Rock?
Oh, hell no. I don't believe a goddamn thing this man is saying, and it ever comes out of his mouth. I'm like, the reason why I say that is because he's saying, oh, I wanted to give John Cena the spotlight. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck did you make yourself a focal point if you wanted to give him the spotlight? Because it's not something that, oh, hey, the final shot that we saw at Elimination Chamber was you and John Cena by yourself over Cody with Travis Scott, obviously, but I have to acknowledge Travis Scott. So with Travis Scott, so y'all stood shoulder to shoulder. You can't really blame the fans for expecting The Rock to show up, because when we see that visual, our mind is like, okay, he's going to be on the road to WrestleMania at some point in some capacity, doing whatever The Rock does, final boss mumbo jumbo that he always like to ramble about 5, 10, 20 minutes. We got nothing. And then if they're upset that and him saying, oh, I didn't want to make myself the focal point. Mm-hmm. You made yourself the focal point when you actually got involved.
Yeah. And Adrian, you were in the building for night 2, night 1. You feel me? So like, what was the consensus being in the building? How did you feel when you saw Travis Scott? Were you expecting to see the final boss show up? And like, what were talk to me.
I think that the reaction of everyone in the building, all 63,000 people, was the exact mix that they used at Elimination Chamber with Fiend into The Rock's theme song is what people wanted and what people thought was going to happen, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, even if we look at what they've been doing with celebrities in the past 2 to 3 years, like, if Bad Bunny, who was doing the Damian Priest match at Backlash at the height of his popularity, when he had a new album out, when he was literally doing this in between headlining Coachella weekend 1 and 2, right, in Puerto Rico with his people, they brought it and they did it because of him. If he can't main event a Backlash pay-per-view, which he should have, because the match was fire, underrated match of that year, whatever, that's not the point. Like, we're talking about Travis Scott, who, yes, his cultural impact. It's kind of crazy how WWE has kind of helped, just like The Rock returning has helped his popularity because of the like Black Adam and stuff like that, and him getting clowned. Travis Scott was the same thing. He was dropping albums and people was like, yeah, it's cool, but what the fuck are you saying, bro? This is like album 6. We don't know nothing about you. It's the same shit. And the kicks is cool, and his fashion, like, he's still impactful. I'm not saying that he's not. And obviously the things that happen in the festival world, I'm rambling about that. It's perplexing to me that is the outcome that closes out of WrestleMania with the guy that is probably the most popular person since Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he's been the guy, he's been the face, and up until the past 2 weeks on SmackDown, gets cheered everywhere. And even the last SmackDown before WrestleMania, where they're booing him, he turned everyone around and got them all to cheer him. Like, you have been carefully, like, putting this character together to go down to Travis Scott. Like, that's what it took. It made everyone look bad. And to just simply answer your question, everyone was expecting for Fiend to hit into the final boss because, excuse me, how on earth? Like, there's no justification. Like, there's no justification that makes this shit. Oh, okay, I see your angle. Like, yeah, no, I see your angle, but you're wrong. There's no like, oh, okay, there's a bit of that we can take, and I can see that. Like, no, bro, it's wrong. Like, this was not only the headline WrestleMania event to close it out for any WrestleMania. Like, this WrestleMania, I believe, was super important to TKO. They wanted to put their dick on the table because this was the first time that they had complete control for the entire year. Whereas last year, they only had about 3 or 4 months, even to the point of why WrestleMania was in Las Vegas and not in Minnesota or any other city, because they have the resources with the history of UFC. They had all the connections, which is why they used everything on this trip, which is why they asked every celebrity, which is why even John Cena and The Rock being the move was the right move, because you could have picked whoever to win the Royal Rumble to go up against Cody. When you talk about headlines, no, you picked the 2 movie stars that are at the top of the game to make this thing as huge as ever. And now we're talking about Travis Scott. Hey, the shirts was cool. The wrestling booth, he had a dope-ass booth at WWE World. That Wrestling Is Real was a cool backdrop that everyone was taking a picture of. I bought the CM Punk shirt. I thought the shit was fly. Spent $55 of my hard-earned money. So I ain't trying to like, yo, but bro, we're talking about closing out WrestleMania. We're talking about the icon versus icon type matchup with The Rock or with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And you end it with Travis Scott. That's crazy. That's nuts to me.
I feel like they, for the sake of continuity, because The Rock wasn't going to show up, they said, okay, well, we got to at least have Travis here so he can do something and we can get that connection back with what happened with Cody at Elimination Chamber. And we can kind of do a thing with that. I don't know.
No, it does not work. He weighs 80 pounds. You want to have continuity? You know what should have been done? And shout out to Kaz. Yeah. Travis Scott and John Cena should have made a new record for him for his theme song, whether it was permanent or just for WrestleMania, or just have Travis Scott come out like he did with Jey Uso and have him be there.
Yeah, just do that same thing.
John Cena being using bad tactics and winning through grimy means, like, that's enough.
It was badly executed too. Like, it was badly
take like 5 minutes to get to the ring.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, and I don't want to down Travis Scott because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, like at the beginning of the thing, the whole like rap wrestling connection, like that's my bag. You feel me? I fucks with it. But there's a time and a place for things like that. And I feel like he just had a little bit too involvement there. But when it comes to The Rock and this whole thing about like him wanting to step back and feeling like once they did the thing at the Elimination Chamber, his work was done. Like, I just feel like for me, like that says to me, and this is completely unfounded and I don't have any grounds to stand on with this, but I just feel like this nigga threw a bitch fit and decided not to fucking be a part of the program because he wasn't getting his way. Adrian, you said a minute ago, you feel me, that WWE is like carefully crafted this Cody Rhodes character for the last couple of years. And for the last 2 years, The Rock has done nothing but try to tear this nigga down and change his character and you feel me, and demean this nigga and make this nigga less and knock this nigga down on the totem pole. And I'm just like, I don't get why. Why do you keep throwing the monkey wrench? You feel, yeah. So last year you wanted to take his spot and fight Roman, and then now you want to turn this nigga heel. But like, okay, so when you get on Pat McAfee, you say the bullshit about, okay, so he said we introduced the idea of The Rock wanting Cody's soul and the final boss wants your soul, and he went through this whole spiel about what the person that sells their soul gets and what the final boss gets. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's been 2 months and this nigga hasn't figured it out yet. He hasn't closed the loop on what this whole thing should be about. And for him to still be in the same place with this story that he was when they were in Toronto and John Cena turned heel at the suggestion of Triple H.
Yeah.
At the suggestion of Triple H, who said, maybe we do this one instead because your ideas are fucking off the wall, nigga. And then now you come with this shit and say, okay, well, the final boss wants your soul, but we can revisit that. Nigga, last year after WrestleMania, you told Cody, my story with you is finna start. I'm done with, you feel me? You done with Roman.
break
You
my
finna
heart
kick it off
again.
with me. And then at the Netflix premiere, you put the kibosh on that shit and started some whole new shit that you decided to put also on the back burner. So it's like, bruh, I love The Rock. I think this nigga was dope. His career is fire. You feel me? This nigga is one of the funniest wrestlers and one of the dopest influences in the game. You feel me? Period. But I just feel like his involvement is gonna lead to and has led to more bad than good.
But unfortunately, Graham, he's the boss.
And that's the problem because him and Triple H are clashing, and both of you niggas got bad ideas. What the fuck?
Yeah, but one's on the board of directors of the entire company, and the other is just the boss of one of the companies that's a part of the big company. So if The Rock says he wants to come in, there ain't shit that they can do with it other than compromise to try to make it as much sense as possible. And it's just funny, like literally Triple H and Nick Khan, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, they were, what is it called? These conferences when they have the panel and they interview them and people can watch, whatever. They had like a conference here in Vegas and they were the headliners, Nick Khan and Triple H. No. This had nothing to do with wrestling. This was like a broadcasting business, whatever. It was this fancy business. Okay. They were headlining a panel, right? Gotcha. And so they're talking, and Nick Khan's talking, and you know they were asking him about just like the employees and the morale and how things work, like in the office, not wrestling related. And one of the things that Nick says is like, I'm very aware of how people speak in terms of I have a huge workload. I have to do this. Like he's like, no, I want people to say we because we are a team. What did Graham just say? The Rock said, I was talking to Hunter. I was doing this. I wanted to do this. Like it completely contradicts each other. And ultimately, like, yo, he's the boss and they just had record numbers. So they're going to play in our faces. Like, you want to complain about the tickets? Bro, it's an open market, dog. Like, you got to speak with your wallets because this shit ain't going to change. And everyone else is going to have to work around the ego of the boss, because that's what happened. And there was a tweet that said, yo, people need to be honest about The Rock felt embarrassed after Black Adam and having the little Superman thing at the end and thinking he was going to take over DC, and Warner Brothers being like, actually, nah, we ending this, James Gunn, we off to the races, right? So he came back to where he knows he was loved. And the final boss character, all that shit was fire. But he was only using that to get back to where he wanted to be. He's in the A24 movie. He's got the Scorsese stuff. So this stuff isn't him reshooting stuff for Moana is more important than him coming back to close out this WrestleMania. And it's only a detriment to Cody, to Cena. Like if I'm Cena, yo, that's crazy. I could have very easily just kissed babies.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
Like, no, dude, I put my closing stamp on my career. I'm going out on a limb. It's probably why, like, Cena's heel turn, like, he don't even know what am I trying to say? Like, he don't know where the
you don't know how to heal it,
so he can go, because he's trying to like fit all this in, and why it's been surprising. Cody's only mentioned the soul part like 1 or 2 times throughout the build-up leading up to Mania, because everyone it's like fucking Game of Thrones when the dude didn't finish the book. And they're like, well, we thought the ending would be done because we started the show and it's been 10 years and we done did 3 books
still ain't finished the book.
of a 600-page, 3 different books, 1,800 pages, and he ain't even done with the 4th one. So what are we supposed to do? Now we just got to make assumptions and rock with it. And that's how Travis Scott ends up closing out the most watched WrestleMania of all time. It's crazy. He don't even got the juice like that, bro.
Right.
We don't.
Astro World is fire. He got a good mixtape and he got a good album. He closing out WrestleManias,
bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They could have brought out Metro Boomin for that, or Usher. Nigga, Usher could have skated out there and did something. I don't know. Like you said something about the temper tantrum, Graham. Like this really felt like he was like he wanted to get involved. Like I want to get involved. Like, but for what?
But he wanted it to be his way. You feel me? And since he couldn't get his way, I feel like that's why he backed out.
Well, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. It felt like, okay, cool. Cody, you want to turn heel? Cody, like, I mean, for what, nigga? Like, I could,
have you seen these last 2 years?
Yeah, and then
2 years.
I bet you Cody was like, so what's the end game if I turn heel? And Rock could not give him a concrete answer. He's like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, look, we're gonna do this, right? So you go turn heel. And then what?
Then what?
So you and Travis Scott.
What?
So now there's the report that came out that there's speculation surrounding the idea of John Cena and Travis Scott working a tag match at some point this year, and I have absolutely no interest in that. Like, what the fuck?
Little NBC Saturday night main event. NBC would love it.
Yeah, NBC got nothing else to do.
What the? Okay, all right.
But I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I'm not against Travis Scott having his involvement, but I feel like up until this point, it hasn't been great. So why dig deeper? You feel me? Like, and it's I don't think it's like, I don't think Travis Scott being involved in it is completely bad. I'm just like, nigga, like, we gotta have a limit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a limit.
What if it's Crown Jewel? What if it's Crown Jewel?
Oh yeah, that's the way.
It's cool. I don't watch those shows.
Oh yeah, we better pay attention to those shows.
Yeah, I just want to see the opening fireworks. I just throw the opening fireworks, and then I just turn it off. I'm like, I don't need to see none of this. The fireworks are just amazing, though. I cannot watch fireworks, though. Like
Noel has a good point in the chat. He said Cody came back to WWE because he didn't want to turn heel. I mean, in a sense, Cody also claims that at the end of his AEW run that he was kind of trying to play into the heel character by not turning heel. You feel me? I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Nah, he was bullshitting.
You're a liar too, Cody.
He's bullshit. All
right, so I'm pretty sure nobody gives a fuck about seeing Travis Scott and John Cena wrestle a tag team match.
Could you? I'm about to say, could you? I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate. Could you see them trying to get more casuals?
Like, well, yeah, that's what it would be.
That's literally what it would be. That's the only positive I can see because I'm like,
that's the play. But is Travis Scott like, bro? I feel like, dude, I'm gonna be very honest with you. WWE saw Complex, and I don't think Complex is. And I know y'all got beef, so I'm asking the ops about. We good.
No, we good.
Well, you should have beef, bro. Stop stealing your shit.
The beef is back on Complex. Niggas,
thank you, bro. I wouldn't even hear last time, bro. Anyway, like, yo, they go to Complex, right? And they thought Complex is cool, whatever. And who's Complex is number one? Of course, it's Travis Scott, motherfucker. We know who, like, and so they think, I don't know, bro. It's just, I'm not trying to play Travis Scott. It's just the situation is you should not be closing out WrestleMania 41. You should be performing Fiend in between whatever banger match is on the lower card to give the crowd a break. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do a little performance, have a cool backstage segment with you and Mick Foley since you got the hardcore belt. Like, do something like that. We've kind of lost that in the Elite Fitting era. The backstage moments. You know, they used to always have the damn moment. Like, they used to have some with the APA backstage. Like, some stuff like that. They could have did something like that. But to close it out, like, to be, bro, 2K couldn't come up with that. Like, what?
And keep it a bean. Why would I want to see John Cena and Travis Scott team up when you niggas just created the new version of the 2-man power trip with The Rock and John Cena? Why do I want? Why do I want
the little brother come out? Like,
come on, bro.
Why do you want the little brother to come out?
I don't want the soggy French fries, nigga. Like, come on, bro.
And did y'all lose something for The Rock with this interview? Like, I'm gonna be very honest with you because this is. I don't recall another situation. They did the documentary, but that was past tense, and everything kind of did everything was in the direction it should have been, although it was a little shaky at the beginning with them trying to force the Rock and Roman. But like for him to go on Pat McAfee, and I don't know, I don't want to blame Pat either. It's like the same thing with Shannon Sharp when people are like, well, why aren't they asking the hard-hitting questions? Because that's not what they do. I understand that. I know what I'm getting, but I was a little disappointed because we've all worked. Hopefully you haven't, but we've all worked with people that like, yeah, why didn't like he just was blaming everybody else and there's no accountability. And it's like,
no,
bro,
really
that's
looked like
weak.
that.
He was throwing Triple H under the bus, and
I
Triple
work
H
with
was
someone right now. Now I'm mad at him, the person I work with, because I see him in the Rock. Poor guy at my job, like he ain't even do nothing yet. But I'm more mad because I'm like, bro, y'all the same. Like y'all just point face. Oh, I can't work with people like this, bro. No wonder Stone Cold don't like your ass, bro. Another show that Stone Cold's on that the Rock's not. Keep that in mind. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. That's weak.
It's weak, man. It's weak.
I don't know why he did all that. I just hopped in because you know what I'm saying they wasn't selling no tickets. I'm like,
it felt like it definitely felt like he was trying to save face and pitch the blame off to somebody else for the people that didn't enjoy it. And then
this was definitely damage control.
Yeah, of course. But like the whole and this is the like I'll kind of, you feel me? We can move on after this, but like I'm just like the whole thing about the idea behind him going on and doing that whole thing, and then going in the replies with the busted open thing and trying to remind Dave LaGreca that this whole thing is fake, and it's just like, bro, like y'all are doing a lot to like demean and like belittle the idea of suspending disbelief. We know you niggas are playing characters, but we want to address the characters for the things that the characters are doing. Stop breaking the fourth wall. Like, what the fuck? Like, and I get it, because Triple H's whole thing behind it is like, it's okay to talk about the things that happen after the fact, but like as they are occurring, he's disagreeing with that idea. But nigga, The Rock is doing exactly that. You, Triple H, are doing exactly that. So I'm just like, I don't understand it.
Everybody
I don't get it. I just want to be a fan. Wrestling fans should have that freedom to just be fans or to be critics if they feel like it.
It's like you want us to just say, hey, we love everything about it, and just say we love it. But like, no, it's like,
and I don't want to, I got to go deeper. I'm sorry, Graham, bro. If ticket sales are low for one event, like the SmackDown, not the SmackDown before WrestleMania that was in Vegas, the week before, so 8 days away from WrestleMania, the one from 2 weeks ago, like that was in Seattle. They showed like the ticket sales being down, right? Some of these tickets leading up were down. What are you going to do, Rock? Like every time there's not a lot of ticket sales because y'all got a 2-day SummerSlam. Y'all want to put everything in massive venues. Like what's really going on? So, and if you show up for one night and you're seeing less, well, maybe people aren't going because they thought they were going to see you because you showed up at a big thing to make something big. Like shit don't make sense. Like, and I don't even know if that's accurate. Like, I know that the Toronto, I don't know what the figures were, but I know that they sold around 35 to 40,000 before The Rock came. So, like,
I feel like The Rock probably did like 5,000 to 8,000, and it's like, is that?
And it was like, a weird 5,000 to 8,000 because we were like, yo, he came out and said he wanted his soul.
Yeah,
like, come on, bro.
I'm gonna buy these tickets, but you a freaky frog type vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I don't know where that whole thing goes with The Rock and the final boss, and I don't even know if we get any involvement with the final boss and John Cena on this heel run. But what I do know is that John Cena has made it abundantly clear that at this point he has 27 dates remaining, not matches, 27 dates, 27 appearances. So y'all better get in the kitchen and get to cooking, because before it's all said and done, his idea is he's gonna ruin like, come on, bro. Cena, The Rock, y'all all suck at booking. I swear to God. But hey, so he's doing this, and now he said that there's nobody that has the ruthless aggression that I have. And then he turns around and gets RKO'd by Randy, and we're looking at Randy versus John Cena at Backlash.
Part 106, boy, you ready?
You feel me? And that's cool. That's cool because I feel like now we can get those big money matches. You feel me? One last time with John Cena on this final run, this seventh. Now I'm getting irritated again about Travis Scott because this is the 17th title run, bro. Like, why the fuck?
Niggas ain't talking about that 17th.
This utopia shit, bro. But no, but like, okay, so we got Randy and Cena coming up at Backlash. You feel me? They gonna do their motherfucking thing. I'm assuming at some point we're gonna get Cena and CM Punk, Cena and whatever the case may be. Is there anything that they can do with booking this program that like will make you lean into the idea that Cena could lose here?
Of course not. If you, I think the whole dynamic of them for the first time, even though this is the 217th time they fought, I think for the first time there'll be the roles will reverse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's a good little thing that you can play into. But Randy Orton completely destroying TNA doesn't really help either. Niggas was mad as hell. Y'all niggas be bitching. But it was that shit was like that's a really good first move for that. Now watch The Rock get involved in this shit and I'm gonna really be mad.
Well, keep in mind too that Backlash is also like 2 weeks away. So there ain't gonna be that much of a build. It's on the 10th. So we got like 2 Raws left, maybe two. So it's a quick little turnaround.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy, man.
Yo, can I shout out to Randy though? Back-to-back fire RKOs, the Hendry and the Cena. Both of them was fly though. So salute.
Yeah, they was.
Nice
the way he like the way he jumped into the scene, you feel me? When he did that the Joe Hendry joint at Mania, like you didn't even see the boy until Joe Hendry damn near lost his neck.
Oh,
that's what he get for hitting the emote button.
Bro, he got behind John Cena while he was doing it like dude from Class Act. He was like, I said, oh, he about to kill Cuz. And just shit, whoop. He's like Megatron.
I guess as we close out this conversation of The Rock being a liar, John Cena's next program or whatever, they did also announce WWE Unreal, which is a show that's coming to Netflix. And it is, again, revisiting this idea of peeling back the curtain and allowing us to, you feel me, get an inside peek on like how this stuff is all put together. Who wants to go first? Because everybody started laughing.
That's a crazy thumbnail. I was not expecting to be that close to Triple H. I was trying to look at you. It's crazy.
Got one eyebrow, man. This other was just like, he probably saying, "Hey, Dad," in that picture. Hey, Dad. I'm not supposed to be talking to you.
Jesus Christ.
How do you control Dwayne?
CJ, what are you expecting from WWE Unreal?
I think they're just gonna do. I think they want to just show some of the backstage stuff. I'm gonna be honest, dog. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. This is the stupidest shit that I ever what the fuck. Like this is how I know that Netflix don't give a fuck about TKO. Like who do you think you're talking to? In fact, we want a documentary. We want to see what happens backstage because everybody went crazy when they showed that the little board in the shit. And they were just talking about like, yo, kayfabe is dead. Yo, this is the same company, nigga, that got mad at niggas for hugging in the ring.
Yeah,
like that was 30 years ago.
It's not though.
It's not. Triple H, he's still mad because he's the only one that got in trouble for that shit. So you damn right I'm making this goddamn documentary. Listen, we all friends. Yeah. Look at even like remember after the Bianca and Rhea and EO match where they showed her and they showed them hugging backstage. I'm like, yo, why even? I mean, that's cool, but why even post?
But I think that wasn't that a fan though?
Yeah, I think
it's because the way the seats. That was because they had like the seats behind the stage, so they had like a glimpse, and that's why they ran away. I don't think that was like official WWE cameras.
Yeah,
I think I was just someone on their phone trying to get a glimpse.
Okay, so Gresh, Adrian, WWE Unreal. What are you expecting?
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking at it because WWE has pretty much gone to the route of, hey, we're not wrestling anymore. We're entertainment. So how about we tap into the Marvel bag of showing you the making of this movie that you are watching every Monday, Tuesday, however many days, because I think they're on like all day, all week, like 5 days out of the week.
Evolve and everything, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, how about we just show you this? You don't have to watch it if you don't want to watch it. But at the same time, if you want to watch it, here's how we make it. Here's how we, hey, oh, he's bumping. Oh, he's selling. I feel like that's something like if you want to get into the industry, this is a show for you to watch. So you can see how the ins and outs of WWE, how they do the production 365 days a year. So that's the reason why I'm not upset at it, because I'm in the entertainment from the production point of view. Like I'm in production. So I'm like, oh, this might be something I want to study and see, like, hey, I want to get into the AV, or hey, I want to get into the camera. I want to get into the lighting. Let me see how they do this and do that, the cues and all that stuff. But as far as from a fan's point of view, do I want to see the production side of it? No. But from a
Really?
human person that is actually behind the scene, yeah, I want to see this. Just because I'm like, shit, this might be something I can learn.
Well, look, Netflix, like their bag is doing these type of shows, right? With F1 is really what set it off. They did it with the PGA. I ain't seen receivers or quarterbacks. I know they've done 2 seasons with the NFL. I did see the starting five, and then the I forgot what it's called, the one that just released where they followed the Olympic team. The 4 episodes that they did, and that's their
kills Paris. Yeah, that's what
yeah. Those were fantastic. So to combine Netflix and WWE production, I'm kind of curious. I know a lot of people have been really enjoying LFG. I haven't seen any of that. I've seen some of their rivals, like one or the 2 legends that they've done with this whole relationship with A&E these past couple of years. But to watch. I'm curious to see how Netflix and WWE how they're going to come together, and like I think that's cool. One of the reasons why I really got back into wrestling was like the backstage stuff is more interesting than what we see in the ring, and it kind of just adds context into things. Like we see Bayley and we hear some of the comments, and then if we watch this show and realize that they wanted Bayley to be in the heavyweight match, that's what they had on the board. That was one of their ideas. It's like, oh, that's fascinating to see how they switched and they went with Tiffany and Charlotte, just bringing up a random like example of what we could see. But to be able to just have that and kind of put those pieces together, and to your point, Gresh, talking about Marvel, like it does we get infinite little timeline branches of like, well, what if that would have happened? What would have? So it's cool.
Yeah.
And like, yo, get ready for it, because I just. If this becomes more successful, the more inside they're going to go, because that deal with WWE, like they did lay out that we have these certain amount of documentaries. I believe this WrestleMania, they had 8 or 9 different documentary like teams following certain people around, whether that footage was for their YouTube that they always do, but like specific documentary things. So, and that's the most that they've had for WrestleMania. So they're trying to get in this content bag to just flush out as much stuff and not just the Raws weekly. So I'm here for it. I'm willing to give it a shot. The NBA ones were too good for me not to.
Yeah, I agree.
WrestleMania 9 was good.
That was fire too.
That was fire. G Dixon says, I'm just trying to see if they have any minorities on their creative team. I mean, if the clip that we saw from the trailer was any indication of the creative team, it was all white men in that boardroom. I will say that they do have 2 teams. They have a team that is on the road, and they do have a home team. So I don't know how they blend those or like how that works. But you know, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's what they got.
And the last thing on that is like, if you want to see it, watch it. If you don't want to
There
see
you
it,
go.
don't get mad. Just
There you go.
Just watch something
There you
else.
go.
Like you don't. It's not obligated. They're not saying, "Hey, watch this or else." Just save your performer outrage for somebody else.
Right. Now we talked briefly about like what's going on with Cena and Orton coming up at Backlash. On Raw, we didn't really get too much of a direction for what's going on with the new World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso, but they did have a nice little celebration and a baby tease that felt really weird with Sami Zayn. So you know, let's stay tuned and see what happens with that. But Gunther, of course, has some type of direction because he decided to pick a fight with the commentary team and laid out Pat McAfee in the way of, you know, trying to get at Michael Cole, and you know, Pat standing up for Cuz, and this is what you get for it. Wow. Adrian, are you interested in seeing a Gunther versus Pat McAfee match, and do you think that's where we're headed?
Being there in the building and watching the replay, shout out to Pat McAfee, bro. That motherfucker turned purple ASAP, like my lights. Like he was, and the coughing, and it went to commercial, but like him repeatedly falling down, taking 2 steps, trying to give dap to people, like trying to play it off. I was like, that's a good portrayal. So I'm with that. It's cool. It's Graham, you've been very critical of Gunther and his run. This is like it was something I wasn't expecting. And it was tapping into something, in my opinion, that we haven't seen in terms of the beating that he gave Jimmy, what he just did to Pat McAfee. You talk about ruthless aggression with Cena, like that's what it is. And when it comes from someone that it's just like when Mark Henry turned the switch, and like it was already a bad dude, but this shit just got crazier. So like if he's gonna tap into that bag and just getting frustrated and turning him into like a maniac, I'm with it. And to do it against someone that like he should, in theory, like really, really mess up. Or maybe Pat calls, I don't know. I don't know how this ends up being. But I'll see a match. I don't want a 5-month feud. But what they did on Monday, that shit was fire. And I'm here for it.
Got you. Now, CJ, let me ask you a question, because I'm going to run through a few things here, and we're going to open up the conversation again. Karrion Kross.
Ooh. Yeah, the moment.
Do you think that the moment that he had over the weekend, that WWE is now looking to possibly invest more time into this guy, into this character, and give him something to sink his teeth into?
I mean, I think he went out there, and I think they'll love the initiative of him just going out there trying to make something. Like, cause sometimes you just got to go out there and just say some shit. Like, you know, God damn it. If you catch this kind of, remember when the Miz went off, like in that interview, like this had a lot of that into it. Like this shit, it felt real. Like that shit felt real. And they better push him after that shit, because that was like, you could see like everything that he was saying. Like he was really frustrated with that. They were trying to get another pipe bomb moment, but I think they got it with the F word. But you know what I'm saying? F word, the pipe bomb now, whatever. But just like the shit that he was saying, like you have no choice but to relate to it. Just be like, yo, as a fucking wrestling fan, I was like, yeah. I mean, he said,
yeah, good point.
You know what I'm saying? He quoted Goldberg, and I was like, you just got there be a good soldier. You know what the fucking being a good soldier is? See, that's why I don't listen to bum ass people like him. I was like, yeah, man. Like that's the first time he's been interested for a while, man.
I think they did a good job of manufacturing this whole opportunity for him to see how people would react, right? Because we're in Las Vegas this is where, this is his hometown. He cut his teeth here. He said it in the promo. You feel me? Friday, he gets eliminated from the Andre the Giant, the Battle Royal. You feel me? He gets eliminated from the Andre. Sunday, they bring him into the AJ Styles and the Logan Paul match. He gets a pop there. And then after he cuts a promo, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like they manufactured this whole thing to see how people would react, and he knocked their shit out of the park.
That's one thing he did.
He hit a home run. He hit a home run. So like I hope that they do take this opportunity to try to find something for him. And whether that is, a feud with him and AJ Styles coming out of this, or him trying to take out Logan Paul based on what he said on Monday, I'm interested to see just if they give him a shot and how he approaches his next at bat.
You guys think Logan's the guy for him though?
No, I don't.
Because I don't.
I don't think Logan is the guy, but they kind of leaned into this whole why don't you take care of him? Oh, maybe I will. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know if he's like leaning into the idea of like actually challenging Logan Paul, or if they're just still kind of playing with this kind of tweener role where it's like you don't really know which direction Kross is going to go. So we have that. We got the return of Rusev, and we're going to be likely seeing the return of Aleister Black on SmackDown this week. I'll throw to Gresh first, and then CJ, and then Adrian, please jump in and chime in here, because I want to get you guys' thoughts on what is the ceiling, in your opinion, for these two guys coming back to the WWE, Rusev and Aleister.
It depends on the direction that they go with both of their characters, because right now we just got a reintroduction of Rusev, and it seems like it's the Redeemer-esque character, because he basically no-sold the Rusev Day chants that broke out in Vegas, because I know I was hearing some Rusev Day chants, and he was like, he basically, it gave me Redeemer vibes. So I don't know. It depends. It's all in the follow-up of their reintroduction. Like, who are they feuding with? Who are they going to, how are they going to reintroduce the WWE to this version of their characters? Are they going to, because I've seen this comment. They was like, I've seen this comment or in my replies when I was reacting. They was like, why would they use the characters that was created in the competition? And I'm like, they did the same thing with Cody. They did the same thing with who else came from over there. Like that doesn't matter to me, as long as it's interesting. But as far as Aleister, hopefully this is the same boat. Like, just make it interesting for me.
Don't when you come up like, as long as I get that, if I get that on Friday, then I'm okay with whatever they want to do. I was a little confused with the Rusev. I don't know when he came out and then he just went straight up to start kicking niggas. Like, I'm like, that's how I would be too, Like, so yeah. I just don't know what else they're gonna do with Rusev. I was trying to think about what they can do with Rusev, like who they could put him with and shit like that. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess he's gonna be with the New Day or something.
Yeah, it's like, as far as his ceiling, it depends on like who they put him in the ring with, like Jid said, because it's like who there that is interesting. Like, could he go after the Intercontinental title? Is he a heel? Is he a babyface? Like, we need to see like
a report said that he was a heel, that he was listed as a heel. I saw that earlier today, but again, that hasn't really been determined.
Yeah, so we'll see in the coming weeks, and trust me, we will let you guys know if it's good or bad,
and if he has his eye back or not. You're right, Christian. He didn't have a whole eye. Did it grow back, cuz? But what are we doing? So. Y'all forgot that they took his eye. Like, he got to fight Seth Rollins, man. Like, when he comes back, that's what he got to do. Shit, like I think we found a direction. Like, I think he got to go right up to Seth Rollins. He gonna walk right past Brian. He gonna spin kick that motherfucker. Like, excuse me, nigga. And then like, you trying to take my eye?
Excuse me.
Brock gonna get up and be hella mad, like he just kicked me and walked past me.
Yes.
Like he might be the first. If they give him that kind of push.
Yeah,
Rusev, Rusev and Jacob would be kind of interesting in Grant.
Well, to your point, like you look at the big dudes, Bron Breakker is tied in with obviously with Heyman and Rollins. Sheamus don't get used that much. Gunther is with Pat. Like there ain't meaty men unless Big E returns and he's with New Day and so Rusev New Day. But then I don't know. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. Another thing with Alistair that I think people need to keep in mind is they did say at some point as we head into the summer, SmackDown is going to move back to being 2 hours, which limits everyone's time. And they haven't set an exact date. Maybe it starts after they do the draft that should be coming up after Backlash. I don't know. It hasn't been announced, but it is something that they said 3 hours is not a permanent thing for SmackDown. So that just limits everybody's time over there because there's people for him to go with. Obviously, Carmelo, Andrade. There's people for him to do some work in, but are they going to get the time to make it useful?
I would like to see Carmelo.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Mello and Alistair might be cool. Woof.
Yeah, that would be a dope match. As far as their ceiling, I feel like they're gonna be slotted right where they were before they left, the same place they were when they were in AEW. They're gonna be right back. These are mid-card acts, bro. I'm sorry, my nigga.
Even Alistair?
Yes. Triple H signed guy. And he's a mid-card act. Triple H has signed a lot of mid-talent since he's been the guy. He signed a lot of mid-niggas, you feel me, that have just, I don't know, that I don't really see it for. You feel me? In my opinion, but I'm
and people need to start being realistic. Hey, just because he signed these people, it's not going to work the way that you want. It
don't mean that he won't strap the rocket to everybody.
Exactly.
This is not NXT anymore. Listen, dog, I don't even run that anymore. This is not NXT anymore, man. I got a whole different thing on my plate. You see how Shawn Michaels was having so much fun over there? I used to be having that fun. That used to be me having fun. Do I look like I'm having fun right now? Right.
He's not having fun, bro.
Right now?
Nah, because he got board of directors down his neck, Rock trying to be Rock. He ain't got that much freedom. That's just the cards he's dealt with.
Bro, of course I'm gonna go out there and yes, I'm introducing the fireworks, motherfucker. This has been a long week.
I'm tired
with this motherfucker.
This is the only fun that I'm gonna have.
This is the only fun I'm gonna have.
I gotta go back here and get serious. This is bullshit.
No wonder he made WrestleMania week a dick riding contest for Triple H. I see where he's coming from. I see why he's bro, I'm about to be back on the bullshit post WrestleMania, so let me have this.
And speaking of people that's back on their bullshit, welcome back Becky Lynch. Oh man. Becky Lynch returned this weekend at WrestleMania. You feel me? Because the Bird Lady needed a little bit of assistance. You feel me? Hold on, let me go ahead and hit the button.
It's the Bird Lady agenda.
Shout out to Dipset.
Now the Bird Lady needed some assistance. She needed help. She needed a partner because anybody, whoever did this, took out Bayley on WrestleMania Saturday. So she couldn't even pop up. You feel me? Lyra had to find her a brand new partner on 24 hours notice. So who else would she call than, you feel me, her mentor? You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? The biggest, big time Bex, you feel me, to back her up. And they win the titles off of Liv and Raquel. Then they lose the titles to Liv and Raquel. And then Becky Lynch turns heel on Lyra because, I don't know, I guess you just fucked up my return. So now we have this whole thing where Becky Lynch versus Lyra looks like a program that we're going to be getting into. And I think that is something super beneficial for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm just a little bit confused about the road that we took to get here. Right. Adrian, you mentioned earlier that, one of the things on the board was like Bayley in a high prominent match at Mania, and she ended up not being on the card. So yeah, I do have some interest in seeing and in hearing how decisions are made and how they kind of get to their final conclusion with some of these booking moves, right? And I think we had a conversation just about a week ago when we were doing our WrestleMania predictions, and I said, I actually give a fuck about Bayley's career. And I give a fuck about the things and the opportunities that come her way. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have that same sentiment. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are highly perturbed and upset that Bayley was removed from the WrestleMania card in favor of just the way they wanted to go about this Lyra and Becky program and kickstarting that and getting that off of the ground. We already did our post shows and we talked about Becky Lynch's return. But I want to ask you guys before we get into the meat and potatoes of the effect that this had on another performer. How did you guys feel about the Becky Lynch turn? Either anybody can go first. I mean, I know Adrian was in the building, but whoever's, ready for it. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know. But yeah, Gresh, Jizzle, I'll go you. Okay. Yeah, you. Becky Lynch turns on the Bird Lady.
Man.
Shout out to Dipset.
Yeah, man. I really mean it. You're supposed to be my protege. I really mean it. I mean, as soon as they lost, you kind of knew that was going to happen. Like, I just kind of, like, when they lost the next day, I was like, oh, she's turning right now. And then it was like, maybe she could be the one that attacked Bayley. Like, yeah, you can do the choose your own adventure book button, however you want to do it. But it just seemed, I mean, once they lost, you kind of knew it was going to happen. But I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Hill Becky Lynch. You know what I mean? We ain't heard her say a word yet either, which is funny. She just came back, won a belt, lost the belt, and then beat her ass and left. Like, so, like, that's it's going to be interesting when it's kind of looking like the John Cena thing where he wasn't saying shit, just looking at people. And now I just want to hear what she has to say and why she explains why she did it. And that would be, maybe I just got to be patient. But, I thought at first I was like, oh, that's interesting. So we'll see.
I thought it was way too damn predictable. Like, okay. Listen, dude, I said this earlier when we were talking about AEW and about how the women's divisions are kind of carrying these companies. Like, people brought it up on Twitter. Well, if this was the whole point, why not keep the suspense and homage to WrestleMania with a missing tag team or tag team partner like the Hardys and have it be like, who's it going to be? Because this year, because the women are kicking so much ass, you had options. You wanted people to have Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross. Is it going to be Return of Becky? Is it going to be Jordan, Julia, Stephanie, like one of the NXT? Like, are they going to get – there was people that you had where then you could have continued the Bayley and Roxanne thing. That could have been its own match. That could have been a triple threat for the Intercontinental title because people were begging for that to be in play. Then you could have just had a whole separate tag team be a part of that. I understand the Becky pop. I get it 100%. And Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch. And I know people calling her Becky Hogan. Like, listen, bro, I'm on the side of, I saw her last time she was putting on bangers with Trish Stratus. She went to NXT and she got Tiffany up to date and she put on hella, like, salute to her. And for her to now decide, yeah, I want to do that with the Intercontinental title because they don't know what to do, despite the Ivy Nile, Lyra, Ivy Nile, Dakota, like these matches have been great. But they still didn't do enough to get on the card. I didn't even bring up the U.S. title for the women. So it's just like That's frustrating in itself because it's like, yo, there could have been like 3 or 4 matches that bubbled out of this whole scenario and what you picked. And then for it to be the exact same replica of the Charlotte turn with the hug and then the clothesline, and then for it to be in Vegas where the whole fiasco with Bianca at SummerSlam happened too. I was like, it's just, it didn't feel right. Especially like salute, even though it was awkward. But we can't control children. My son would have did the same damn thing. When Becky wanted to be Steph and brought out Rue, oh, that's tight. That's tight. That's going to get on SportsCenter. If she says something funny, I see the vision. I see the play. I be taking selfies with my kid on my gram all the time. You got to get that single father likes. Like, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Becky. I see the vision. But I just think it was like, I don't know. You could have just did that. You could have did that on Raw. Had her come out, surprise Lyra, and then be like, no, I want your shit. I'm here for that. But the WrestleMania pop generated a lot of YouTube links. Click.
Hey,
so
I think my gripe was mainly because it's like you could have did the turn without having them lose the titles just to get them back. Because it's like you hot potato on the title just for the sake of hot potato on the title. That's where it lost me. But I'm like, I'm not losing sleep over it though.
Oh, why not just do it at WrestleMania? Like have them lose at WrestleMania and then turn it.
That's what I mean. Like just
like,
have the turn happen after losing instead of just flipping the titles.
J Champ says, I just realized this is the same storyline as Becky and Trish, where Lita and Becky was a team. Lita was attacked and Trish took her place, only for Trish to turn heel after they lost the titles.
Damn,
that happened like
2 years ago.
A year and a half ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Before 39.
Copy and paste, man. Change the names in the
That brought a couple banger matches though. Hopefully,
hey man, listen. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are good for a copy and paste. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Shannon Sharp didn't get the memo on the copy and paste, but it's you keep coming up today, huh? What's wrong with you, bro? Damn.
Nigga, that's on his phone. Like,
Nigga,
yo, don't show the message, idiot. Like, what are you thinking?
You supposed to copy and paste.
Not thinking.
Ocho, you hit the 2 side button right like this. Ocho.
And I wish I knew what WWE was thinking. I wish I knew what the booking team was thinking. But like sometimes, I kind of like to sit back and just allow things to happen. When I saw that Bayley got attacked, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's crazy. Cujo said, waiting for the right creative, and the creative is still ass. Yeah, and I was confused about that because I thought that's why Becky was sitting on the sidelines, because she was waiting for something good. Like, yeah, cool. This might be good. I don't want to like get ahead of myself and say that the Becky and Lyra program won't be good, but like
Does she join Heyman? Does she join Heyman? I'm sorry.
We'll get into that. We'll definitely get into that because that is a question. But more importantly, right now, the effect that the booking decisions for Becky Lynch and what they've done and how they've affected Bayley rightfully has some people upset. She did an interview with Chris Van Vliet that I believe was filmed like Friday, Saturday. Thursday or Friday, maybe before the weekend events kicked off. Mm-hmm. And she obviously knew what the plans were at that point because, she clearly felt away. And let me grab that clip and we can kind of discuss, and I'll get you guys' thoughts on what Bayley says here.
Take that personally. Like you're being told you're going to win the Royal Rumble, then you win the Royal Rumble, you do the point and everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what now?
Yeah, I know. It's by the time this comes out, there's going to be even
Wait, what does that mean?
It's hard. It's like sometimes I think it's my that's what keeps me here is because I don't go freaking kick the door down and be like, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? I'm fucking Bailey. Like, why would I do that? You know?
You got it.
So now we have. She's kind of right? CJ, go ahead.
I think, it's just like people were saying that, like, my heart just breaks for Bailey, dog, because like it seems like they only do that to her. You know what I'm saying? That's what's kind of be like, Bailey's a good soldier, like that good soldier shit. We get back to that good soldier shit, but Bailey's like, did you know the shit that I've done here? And like the people that we like, she's done. She might be the point guard of the 4 horsewomen, the only one that's not hated. Listen, but I watched you berate, like, listen, especially what she watched with Mercedes. The Mercedes tweet was hella funny to me, but just like she watched she watched it. She was like, wow. And then she put, I'm not gonna say that she didn't think that, that wouldn't happen to me because I'm a good soldier and blah blah blah. But I think it was, but just it didn't have to happen like that. And it was just, I just felt fucked up for Bailey, man.
Do you think this leads us to a Becky Lynch versus Bailey program? Like I know somebody was saying, is Becky the one that attacked Bailey?
Yeah, I mean, is it what does that say about Lyra? You know what I'm saying? It's like, we'll get you out the way, and then you know what I'm saying. So now me and you go fight for the belt, and then they gave her the belt, they gave her the Intercontinental belt, and then like we talked about Gunther's reign. Like how that.
All right.
I mean, they had
somebody else want to jump in?
It's crazy.
I think the quote that Triple H said at the press conference was, "She's a pro. She's gonna be all right," and that just comes off
dismissive.
That comes off yucky. Look, ultimately, if this does end up being a program with Becky and Bailey, and this being the catalyst for it, sorry, bro, liar, you got to get out the way. And it's disappointing. I don't know how we solve these problems. The SmackDown tag team titles, like all these different things, the U.S. women's title, again, second time I brought it up. Like, I guess not everything has time to be on the show. And that's disappointing because then why do we have it in the first place? Because you leave yourself open and susceptible to this. But if that's the case, if it is Bailey and Becky and you're trying to elevate that belt, that title, then this is what you do. And it'll have everyone engaged. You want to get into that Tiffany Charlotte bag and involve some real life shit and some deep history, then this is what we want. I would assume this is what we would want.
Yeah.
I would assume. I don't know. I just my heart breaks for Bailey. I agree with you, CJ. Like, dog, she just seemed like so defeated, in that part of the interview, and it was just like, fuck, like it all just was like coming back and becoming more real to her in the moment, and just hopefully this works out for all parties involved. I think all three are amazing performers, so hopefully everybody gets an opportunity to do their shit here.
Thoughts and prayers.
T's and P's.
T's and P's.
T's and P's. T's and P's, man. T's and P's. And T's and P's to Roman Reigns' ribs, because that man, the way he got, this thug, this hoodlum, this gangster, this man, downright rotten, no good son of a bitch. You feel me? But yeah, let's crack the can open on this new dangerous alliance, this new version of evolution that everybody keeps talking about here. Oh my god. Or this new version of the Shield. So
Paul Heyman put on that. I'm gonna put it on too. I'm gonna be right there with him.
I'm wearing a vest. There's no shirt.
I'm gonna play 50 Cent's Bulletproof too. I'm gonna find a PS2 and play it. Like, salute.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. All right, cool. Let's crack it off. We have new Paul Heyman guys, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more importantly, we have a really good piece to like take us through the remainder of the year, regardless of wherever the fuck this John Cena Rock lack thereof final boss thing goes. I think we have some stability here with whatever this is going to be. This direction for this group with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Bron Breakker. Like, I was not expecting this to be what we would see closing out the Raw after Mania. Like, damn. This closing angle was fucking good. And they went to that little, when they put the little shit in the corner where they be like, yo, the show's over. They went to that shit hella early. This shit was like 20 minutes longer after that. I'm like, hold the fuck up, nigga. What you doing? So here's the deal. Let's lay it out.
They pulled the NXT back in the day when they used to go to the credit and just say, hey. Then you heard his music.
This shit was good. So Rollins and Heyman come out there and they do their whole "we're evil now" spiel. We're gonna take over the world. They did their whole Pinky in the Brain thing. That's what them niggas look like out there. Pinky in the Brain. You feel me? Try and take over the world. Same thing we do every day. Pinky, whatever. So boom. Now they do that whole thing. Of course, CM Punk's upset. So CM Punk comes out. He get his ass handed to him. Roman Reigns come out. He get his ass handed to him. And then in the midst of Roman Reigns doing this whole Superman punch, I'm a spear Paul Heyman. You gonna get, you feel me? Y'all know the whole thing. Santa, you gonna pay what you owe. He told that nigga Paul Heyman, you gonna pay what you owe. And he tried to take this nigga out. He tried to put this nigga down. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't work because he tried to use his spear to take out the wise man. And apparently he didn't know that it was some dogs in the building that also like to use a spear that have a better spear than Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a dagger. Like, what the fuck, P? Bron Breakker.
He clipped into the frame.
Yeah. It was great. It was great. And that little brief moment between him and Seth before he ran and speared this nigga CM Punk, who was off camera. My God.
Just keep going. I'll just play it on tape.
Yeah. I'm with you. And I'm just like, dog, the way that this whole thing played out for me, I just thought that this was a beautiful piece of business. I don't know what this group is gonna be, and I don't really give a fuck whether you comparing it to the Dangerous Alliance or whether you comparing it to Evolution. But I do want to ask one question to kick off this conversation as we, get into the deep dive of it. Gresh, will you be disappointed if this is the group and it's just these three?
No, not at all. To steal something and make it slightly better from the Hurt Syndicate, they hurt people. And when it comes to Bron Breakker or Bron Toretto, if you know the meme on social media, he killed people. Because that spear will slice you in half. He killed Carlito and he killed Roman. But nah, if this is it, I'm not mad at all because that leaves Seth being the top dog and Braun being the up and coming guy who's learning from Seth as well as having Paul as his mouthpiece. Because not saying Braun doesn't have promo skills. He knows how to cut a solid promo, but with Paul Heyman with him, that takes him to another level. So, but if they do add somebody, let's just hope it makes sense. But if this is it, I'm moved. I'm cool with it.
Adrian, where you at with it?
Are we fine with this is how the bloodline story ends?
No, nigga, what?
I'm just being honest with you. Because that's is that fair? I'm not trying to derail things, but isn't that what this signifies?
Because I'm seeing people saying that the WWE has moved on or like the bloodline is over or whatever. And I'm like, my count, we got at least 3 more matches. On my count, we got at least 3 more matches. We got the Rock and Roman. We got you feel me? We got Roman and Jey. Roman and Fatu. Yep. And then
Jey and Fatu.
Cody and
Solo
Rock.
and Fatu.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying the possibilities are
Listen,
there. You feel me?
I
didn't mean I didn't mean to sneak a colonizer in there. I apologize.
All I will say is don't get your hopes up with Rock facing anybody.
But still, does it mean I'm not trying to derail? I got to my first off, it was a shocking moment. The vibe in the arena. I before I turned my phone, like the clip starts with people next to me freaking the hell out. Like, are you joking? This is what this is. So they got the surprise. Like, shout out to them. It was amazing. I don't want to. I'm not doubting anybody in that group, right? I'm giving Bron the benefit of the doubt if I don't think he's up to par on the mic or whatever. But how is he supposed to be up to par to Seth and Paul Heyman, right? So I have trust in them. We just kind of from the biggest storyline, like the greatest storyline of my life.
my boy. But do you know why that might be?
Yeah,
because somebody doesn't want
to be a champion.
But if somebody doesn't want to do business, why keep going with this bloodline story if somebody doesn't want to do business?
I hear you, but it affects my life because now when Jacob and Roman do fight, when all these certain things do happen, it doesn't mean as much because stuff just kind of goes away. Like even to the point that will follow. I know Roman, they made it a point to show him dropping it off in the corner by himself and stuff like that. And sure, they could pick it up and they can figure it out. It's just a little, that was kind of like very, I was like, whoa, okay, then I guess RIP. I was like, this is the send off to the 5 years. This is it. And because it's Seth and Paul, like Seth, we've seen these guys do it on their own. And I don't have any doubts that Bron will. So that's what kind of has me a little tripped out. You know what I mean? Okay. And granted, I do feel like they might need another person to kind of make this. I don't know. I don't think it's believable that they're going to face Roman and Punk at Backlash or at Saturday night main event, and that they end up just like whooping their ass so they're out of the picture for months on end, and they're over here running around for the next 5 months because they beat both of them up so bad that now like they're running the show. You know what I mean? Like it's another ballsy move like the Cena heel turn to see like, okay, what is this going to look like? Because if you're following what they're trying to follow up on is insane. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Shit was so cool. When Seth looked at Bron and then he just ran past him and speared him, and then he was just like, "Ha, nigga, yeah, I told you. Who do you think you're fucking with?" You know, I hope the bloodline thing don't end like this, man. Because like, if Seth kills something to Romans again, like who is this? Who is this nigga Seth? He Thanos? Yo, no matter what you do, dog, I'm ending your shit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, like, is this more a dangerous alliance or more evolution to you, ZJ?
I think it's more evolution, just because of the Seth to Bron thing, like what that could be. Just like, yeah, he's the physical specimen now. Well, he's the physical specimen.
LeBron and Austin Reeves, I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Jalen Williams is shy.
I think it's more dangerous alliance. Like I don't really get the evolution comparisons because like when the fuck has Paul Heyman ever been a wrestler?
That's the other thing. Is you just start getting involved, start kicking people in the dick.
When the fuck is Paul Heyman? No more. So who's the Ric Flair? You feel me? Like it'd
be Paul. It would still be Paul though.
That's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying it can't be evolution in my eyes because Heyman already has a role. Like you feel me? Like, yeah. So Christian says the Paul Heyman family, like the Heenan family, like the Dangerous Alliance. I think this is more of that to me. You feel me? This is more like that to me, and I don't know if the numbers get to
because Evolution was more uniform. I don't think like Seth is still Seth, and Braun is probably still going to be Braun. So it's like I feel like they're probably going to lean towards that alliance more so than Evolution.
Yeah. And then there's people that are saying
what if they get like Carmelo or some shit?
I think that would be fire.
That'd be fire.
I think Carmelo would be Randy Orton and Braun would be Batista.
Then we can get the Evolution comparisons.
But then that's still 3 people and a manager.
Yeah, but hold on a second. But Ric Flair was 80 back then.
Ric Flair was the Intercontinental Champion and Tag Team Champion.
I don't care. And he had a great match. And he had a great match with The Rock at WrestleMania 20. Great. I don't give a shit. In fact, I am more entertained by Paul Heyman than I am of Ric Flair. So I'm fine with it. Like in terms of Rick, yeah, he was putting on great matches, no disrespect. And he was still great on the mic. And there was still a lot of great moments. Salute to that man. But to me, Paul Heyman on the mic's a GOAT too. So they're both GOATs in my eyes. So in the group, there's still an old head GOAT, I guess.
Okay.
Granted, he's not going to be wrestling.
I concede in that case. I concede.
He's like, nigga, that did not wrestle.
but like I said last week when we were doing our predictions, and I was like, yo, if there is a pairing between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, I would like for it to be Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Becky Lynch. Now, I'm not finna complain about Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Bron Breakker. Like, no, like cook, please, with all, you know what I'm saying? Like, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with Adrian when he says, something like, I just can't see them taking on Roman and Punk and not having another ace up their sleeve. I just feel like it would need that, and it would, I don't know. I don't know if it would need that, but I feel like that would add a little bit more juice to it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say.
And I agree with you agreeing with me at the end of the day. So shout out to that shit.
Yeah.
I need more of that. I need more of that and less clips of other interviews that I'm not doing. No, I'm playing. Anyway.
Big action.
Don Callis probably got like 8 motherfuckers in it right now. Yeah, and 7 of them ain't shit. So,
yeah.
You start out the gates with Bron Breakker and Seth Rollins. Like, that's how you draft, all right?
Yeah,
like
I agree.
The Philadelphia Eagle GM, like that's how you do it. Like, okay, yeah, get him and him. Okay.
By the way, Travis Hunter is all elite. He got drafted by the Jaguars. They traded up, they got him. So expect to see him on Dynamite soon.
Definitely gonna see that man on Dynamite. Now, are they gonna let him play both ways though?
He's gonna have to wrestle himself. Yeah. We're gonna have to do, man. Get out there, show if you can say put yourself in a chokehold. Listen, that's what Kenny Omega will teach him. Like, remember when Kenny Omega wrestled the dog? Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Just flip himself over, or was that Kota Ibushi? Yeah. Anyway, just flip yourself over. You know what I'm saying? Pin yourself, kick out.
A Kenny Omega Travis Hunter picture is gonna be crazy.
That's manny, bud. That's fucking manny. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's definitely gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, where we at with it, man? Adrian, I appreciate you for fucking with us today, man. Fucking with it this week and sliding through and tapping in, man. What y'all got for us before we cut it out, before we exit, before we get the fuck up out of here? Any final words? Anything that I maybe missed that y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that we throw in there any blurbs or what have you.
Stop clicking on shit that you know is gonna upset you online.
Yeah.
If it's a roast that you upset about, better be upset that somebody overcooked the roast that you're supposed to eat for dinner. That's the only roast you should be upset about. It's burnt food. I'm hungry.
Yes.
I'm hungry too. Can I ask one more question about Cena?
Oh yeah.
Him bringing up the dates. Do you guys feel like he's gonna just lose it the last? This now means that he's losing it at the last night, right? That's what I got from it.
Yeah, I kind of got from that as well that this countdown was gonna lead us to having one final appearance
Ruthless aggression in Boston
before someone's able to, cut his water off.
Yeah, in front of Tom Brady
and Doc Rivers, and your boy Paul Pierce,
Big Baby Davis.
It's gonna be a fucking moment.
Big Poppy got to be there.
And Cena's gonna lose.
Yeah,
just like Paul Pierce did most of his career, and just like Doc Rivers too. So that'll be cool.
Just lose it. One time that you did something right, you lose it in front of all the other losers from Boston.
Oh my God. Well, we appreciate you all for tapping in, tuning in, and staying dangerous. As of course, you feel me? Make sure y'all tap in with Unlikely with Adrian Hernandez. That's our guy. You feel me? Like I said at the top, the best interviews in the game, the most genuine interviews in the game, and you're going to laugh your ass off, what I'm talking about, while enjoying them and gaining a lot of great information. The content is fire. Y'all talking about. So,
thank you.
Make sure y'all following the game. You are so welcome, bro. Come on. It's automatic on this side. Y'all talking about it's automatic. That's the way
real quick, Graham.
Yes.
Before you close this out. Over the weekend of WrestleMania week, we hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is fucking crazy.
That is true.
Thank you. And I said this last time I was on here. That doesn't happen, in my opinion, without places like Public Enemies sharing my shit and bringing it to the wrestling world and bringing it to the wrestling community. Since the jump, you guys, this is dope shit. We like dope shit. It ain't nothing. Let's hit the retweet. So thank you guys for the visibility. Because again, that shit doesn't happen. And it's nothing but love. So thank you. That's why it's the only podcast I join on. I just be talking to people and having conversations, letting them talk. I don't be on podcasts like that, but this is the one that we go to. So salute and thank you for having me.
It's the best thing since wrestling, my guy. You feel me? Mi casa es su casa. Y'all talking about it's juice in the fridge. Y'all talking about make yourself comfortable. You feel me? Make sure y'all following the gang at Public Enemies HQ. Can I fucking talk?
Yes.
I'm talking too much. I think that's what it is. You feel me? It's the cotton mouth that's starting to get to me a little bit. You feel me? So Public Enemies HQ across the board. Make sure y'all stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. If y'all want to follow me directly at Oh My God Graham, everywhere like air. Beat me there. Don't meet me there. It's all good. It's all love. You feel me? Still the Public Enemy number one. You know what I'm talking about?
I had a longer title reign than Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Not still, but back at it. Y'all talking
about
your
shit. Because I don't got a rant. I had a rant last time. And you know what's crazy about that rant? You know what's crazy? Yeah. One of them little aggregate sites, they responded when you posted the whole video. And I liked their approach. I wanted to give them a good approach because one of them, they were like, yo, this guy's BMI is 31. I was like, yo, he did BMI for the fat joke. That was dope. I was like, that was creative. Good, right? I was like, that's creative. But then he kept typing and he fucked it up. Because he said, when I see you, and guess what? These rooms and wrestling companies with media being allowed, they don't give you a pass because you're not popping enough to be in those fucking rooms. Thank you very much. So at WrestleMania, at the media junket, at the Netflix event, at the suite, I didn't see you there. At AEW, I didn't see you there. And then that number 31 was crazy because then I clicked on the YouTube. And guess how many views you had on your videos? Again, it said 31. That's crazy. I can lose this weight. This is an option. I can choose to eat how I want to eat. But you and the little gang with y'all with no ring camera, with the webcam on the Dell HP laptop, doing these little videos in your room, only getting engagement when y'all put those creepy ass videos where the women are in slow motion with their ass because y'all some fucking incel perverts. That's the only time y'all get views. Like that can't change. You know what I'm saying? When the mic turns on, when the camera turns on, y'all have to be entertaining, and that's a problem for you. I appreciate y'all.
90 seconds. We got 90 seconds.
I can still keep going? No. It's all good. You telling me a time again. So listen, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. Me with 100,000. And again, to that little group of people that be on Facebook just reposting WWE shit until your Facebook's gonna get denied because that's a copyright claim and you just can't do it. Salute to those little bucks that you're making. But again, you can't say I'm gonna see you outside and y'all ain't outside. I don't see y'all. I'm very easy to see. I'm a very big person. It's hard not to see me. And I'm in these rooms. I'm outside. I'll be at Backlash. We'll see you there. Hopefully. That's it.
Probably not.
Gresh, please.
Hopefully. We'll see.
We will see y'all. Hey,
I'm gonna do my part.
Hey, I know I'm gonna be at.
And I'm gonna do my part on social media to try to keep y'all entertained and grounded. Follow me at his Gresh, AOS Gresh everywhere else.
My God, don't play about me. I'll be right where I need to be. That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah, that's on you.
He just said,
that's me. That's underscore me. Goddamn, man, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
I thought I was fucking unleashed. He got me.
I can't. Yeah. My dog said he didn't have no rant, man. Now, with that said, y'all take care of yourselves and each other. Be easy, bud.